Finding a new source of supply is very exciting for a narcissist. Most of them are ruled by their novelty seeking behavior and they're slaves to the ego and their need for attention and lust and to be obsessed about. As a narcissist hunts down these new people and prepares to pull them into their web, the narc really truly feels superior in moments like this. They think that they have the upper hand. This new person is clueless as to what they're getting into. However, the narcissist might feel like they can waltz in, love bomb, and future fake, and then boom, have a new little soldier in their army. That isn't always the way it happens. Let's talk about some scenarios where the new supply can trick a narcissist. Mutual mirroring. It's not just narcissists who love bomb. The actual definition of love bomb is to lavish with attention or affection in order to gain influence. Now, not all influence is necessarily bad. Some folks love bomb the narcissist in return. Those who are highly empathic, codependent, and can have self-esteem problems can also mutually love bomb. Of course, the narcissist will not do anything but eat this up as they mirror and love bomb back. The only difference here is that a narcissist is going to bait and switch at some point to the new supply. And just like these love bombing techniques cause new supply to open up, share, and be vulnerable, a narcissist can get spun up in this just as well and give out information, as their defenses are slightly lowered by all the attention. But remember, while this is happening, they still feel like they're on top and in complete control. Past experience. Yep, it's true. The new supply is new here, and they don't know what they're in for with this person yet. However, it doesn't mean that they've never gone through this before. In a lot of cases, those who get love bombed by a narcissist, they've been that way before. They can recognize the pattern of toxicity and danger in partners. So they might know what toxic looks like before they get as far invested as somebody else. They've seen this before. They might realize that they're being love bombed. A new supply's past experiences can cause them to very quickly see the narcissist for who they are, get the upper hand over them in some cases, and subsequently leave. The narc will be happy they have someone new to fool, but this might not be the new supply's first rodeo, so the narcissist might be in trouble. Future faking backfires. If you're unfamiliar with the term future faking, it's a tactic used by toxic people like narcs when they lie to you about the future in order to get what they want in the present. And a very common example of that is, please don't break up with me. I want to marry you someday. We've always talked about getting married. They do not, in fact, want to get married, but they do want you to stay in the moment and not break up with them. So they tell you something positive about the future to get what they want in the present. Well, what can happen is the narcissist might be tricked or coerced into actually having to go through with some of these love-bomby, future fakey things they tell you. After one too many fights, the new supply might put their foot down and say, hey, listen, I'm tired of getting told that you're going to marry me and then you don't, so do it or I'm leaving. And then poof, before you know it, the narc finds themselves married. And this is what we see sometimes when we find the narc gets married out of the blue and it's very quick. It's usually because new supply has kind of grinded their gears and moved them into that position. Future faking can a lot of times backfire, and the narc ends up getting way more than they bargained for. I offer every survivor a way to share your experiences and get support over the phone. I offer coaching sessions for those who want to learn how to do things like set boundaries or break a trauma bond. I offer counseling for those who just want a listening ear as they privately talk about pain in a judgment-free zone. I offer personalized support for whatever you might need. I'm here to validate, guide, and be here every step of the way. You can set up an appointment today. The information you need is down in the video description. Power struggles. You know all about the narc and their sick need for power and control in like every stage of their relationship. However, there are a lot of times where the narc just flat out chooses bad sources of supply. They're choosing too hastily, or it was low-hanging fruit. It wasn't really what they wanted anyway. And now they have a match when it comes to struggling for power. Because not everybody just hands it over. Some people the narc might try to rope in. They ask a lot of questions, demanding answers. They are not as susceptible to love bombing as other folks. There are a lot of times when the narc just makes a hasty, bad choice. And before you know it, it's constant fighting, chaos, and mayhem while they're going back and forth in a power struggle. A foolish spectacle. Narcissists will leave really committed long-term relationships in a lot of cases in order to run off into the sunset with their new supply, sometimes leaving behind homes, careers, children, whatever. And this is not necessarily done by the new supply, of course, but when the narc chooses a new person and they end up getting tricked or dumped or whatever because they're toxic and they were fooled by this person, the narc has to come crawling back with their tail between their legs. New supply relationships or rebound relationships fizzling out quickly. Number one, it's quite common, but it also leads to the narcissist just looking stupid as hell, and they have to try to come back and pull their head out of their ass, and they become a complete spectacle. Sorted out and outsmarted. The new supply getting one over on the narc happens more often than we realize. It might not be as dramatic as the lady or the guy throwing a drink on the narcissist and then, they walk out and there's like a thunderous roar of applause from like this audience because it's all in your head. It might not be like that, but it might come more in the form of a silent blocking of the narc, and the new supply moves on. They call them out for the behavior, they break up, they move on. New supply is always full of surprises, and the narcissist doesn't give them much credit for it. It's easy if you want to out-narc a narcissist and trick them if that's what somebody wants to do. But I think we end up doing this more often than we realize. I think all of us do. And I also think we end up tricking and outsmarting a narcissist without trying to do it maliciously or purposefully. We just call out patterns of behavior. We demand respect. We ask questions. None of those things are really wrong. We're just doing them, and some people do that more than others. It causes ego bruises, narc injuries, and adds to a narc's self-loathing behavior. So did you trick the narcissist when you were in that new supply stage? Or do you maybe have a story about something like that happened? Share with me down in the comments. Consider subscribing to stay up to date on my channel and to catch all my videos. I upload a new one almost daily. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, Survivor, and take care of yourself.